Dear students, welcome to the track Leadership and Change Management. My name is Ralf Kaers and I'm your host throughout this fun commercial. The track Leadership and Change Management is undoubtedly the fastest growing track in the entire program. Last year in the Dutch track we were able to get 50% more students compared to the year before. In the English specialization, we got double the number of students. And that is not a coincidence. A few years ago, all the professors of our unit came together to rethink this track. Because back then, we were able to attract all the students that wanted to go to the HR department. In that while, our track was just meant for students in general. We believed that everybody who would do the MBA program would be able to benefit from the content that we were providing. Because whether you want to go into marketing, into finance or logistics, there are some competences that you will always need. You will quickly find out that there is a difference between being right and being told that you're right. In order to really make a difference as a colleague or as a supervisor, you must be able to recognize the behavior of the people around you in order to really pinpoint what they actually need and in order to support them with that. Also, you must be able to deal with change and to get people in the move, because you will quickly see that most people are a lot more stuck in their old habits than they believe themselves to be. In this track will also help you to deal better with conflicts and will teach you how to change the dynamics of a group. And above all of that, we will teach you how to make your workable work for yourself, but also for others. Because let's be honest, workable work is something you get more from yourself than from your boss. In our track, we will provide you with some strong and broad competences that everybody will need in order to become a successful professional. Those competences are really going to kickstart your career, regardless of which profession you're actually going to pick. I know what you're thinking now, and that is that companies may find it important that you at least took some of the courses in the domain that you want to evolve into. And that is great, but let's be honest about it. Because in the end, what's really important is that you got your MBA degree. That is your real ticket to the interview. And thanks to the competences that you're learning with us, you are really going to stand out in all the assessment centers, which is going to increase your chances on actually getting the job. Of course, it would have been nice if you could have also taken some of the courses within your certain expertise. And we also came up with a solution for that. What you see here is an overview of what our program next year will actually look like. The first 3 courses here are our compulsory courses. If you take the track Leadership and Change Management, these are the courses in which we are going to provide you with these broad and very strong competences that will help you later on in your career. And then you can also go for the optional courses, like Creating Motivational Work and International HRM. These courses are focused on people that actually want to go into the human resource management domain. If you pick these, the professors will prepare you very well for your career in HR. But maybe you don't want to go in HR. Maybe you want to do something else. Then you can combine our compulsory courses with some courses that you're going to pick yourself manually. For example, you can go and combine our leadership and change management track with courses like investment banking and supply chain management. So you can this way get these broad and very strong competences and still combine it with some of the courses directly into your expertise, into the domain in which you want to develop your career. I of course know that you can check the content of these courses using the ECTS files. But I thought it would also be fun for you to already get acquainted with the professors that are actually teaching in this track. So I'm going to present you with a few professors that you will see next year. And we start with Professor Anja van den Broek, who is teaching the course Creating Motivational Work.
Maybe you once had a job in which you had to do the same task all over again. Or maybe you had the opportunity to make a lot of decisions yourself, do a variety of different tasks and had good relationships with your colleagues. While the first task is considered rather mechanistic, the other one is considered much more motivational. Within the course, we learn who's responsible for job design. We learn what the responsibility is for the managers, and we learn what employees can do themselves. We also focus on the context in which job design emerge, and hence how jobs will evolve in the future.
Is she already done? Then I'm going to present you to the next professor, and that's Professor Leuven for the course Leadership and Behavioral Decision Making.
Unlike in most courses or what our intuitions make us believe, leadership cannot be reduced to the styles of those in formal positions of power in the organization, like managers or supervisors or work groups. But in this course we will come to develop an understanding of leadership as a social process of influence between several members in a group, influencing each other to voluntarily contribute to collective goals. John Kotter famously mentioned that effective change requires 90% leadership and only 10% management. Yet, in practice, organizations often cope with uncertainty by increasing the amount of management and actually reducing the room available for leadership to play a role. We'll delve deeper into how humans think and make decisions under uncertainty, and we'll come to learn that human irrationality actually is predictable. We'll learn several techniques that are actually effective at influencing human behavior. We'll also discuss the ethical implications of those different techniques. We're also going to see that actually there's an upside to human irrationality that cannot just be replaced by more efficient and rational forms of decision making, such as the rising use of algorithms in organizations, artificial intelligence. Yet we'll develop an understanding of how the very nature of leadership will actually change itself in the digital age, and how we can actually learn to collaborate with AI in making decisions and making good decisions for leadership. We will do so by having all kinds of theories based on behavioral experiments, and we'll also do lots of exercises in small groups that will hopefully enable you to join Plato in his insight that there is only one thing more important than leadership itself, which is the creation of new leaders.
The next professor I'm going to introduce you to is Professor Diane Ares, and she is one of the professors responsible for the course Leadership Lab.
In the first part, we will invest in raising your self-awareness as future leader, and I train you in self-coaching tools which have proven to be the best guarantee to become an effective leader. In addition, I will train with you solution-focused coaching and how you can embrace this in your leadership style to make sure that you do not get stuck in problems, but that you're able to realize with your team creative solutions that result in good performance for the organization and in a lot of commitment and engagement of your team members.
Interesting, right? The next professor I'm going to present you to is Professor Stijn Grieten from the course Organizational Learning and Innovation.
Hi students, my name is Stijn Grieten. I'm teaching the course Organizational Learning and Innovation. It's about the question, how can we become a better organization? How can we become a more innovative organization? What is central is the how of change and development processes. It appears that 70% of all change processes fail. And there is often a lot of resistance to change. How can we do that better? Crucial is the quality of relation. Crucial is how we can involve people into the change process. So we will look at tools, methods, and ways of thinking to grow as an organization, which makes it possible to become a better organization. How are we going to do this? There are 9 4-hour sessions, and the first part is always a lecture. The second part of the 4-hour session is working in small learning groups consisting of 5 people. There we make small assignments about change management and you work together and you learn from each other. So this is in short what this course is about. I hope to see you soon in my lessons. Bye.
For the course International Human Resource Management, I present to you Professor Ralph Gers. Ralph, what do you bring to the table? Well, Ralph, I hope a lot. In this course International Human Resource Management, we are going to look at why and how HR differs all over the globe. We see that multinationals, when they, for example, go to America, to Asia or Africa or to Europe, they sometimes use the same strategies as they use back home, but sometimes also they are going to vary themselves. They are going to deal differently with people depending on where they are on the globe. We are going to look at all these differences and similarities and try to get an idea about why do sometimes people behave differently and how can we structure our organization in order to cope with these different cultures and to bring ourselves to the best possible level of profit. Now Ralph, if I understand correctly, you're the professor responsible for leading change, right? That's indeed correct, Ralph. For the course Leading Change, we're going to tap into why people are stuck in their habits. How come that sometimes people know what to do, but actually can't change their behavior, or at least not in the long run? We're going to look at some models of change, but we are going to actually apply them every single time into a real business context. There will be many group discussions looking at why can't people move forward and how can we approach these models in order to bring about real change in people. There you go. We have reached the end of this commercial video for the track Leadership and Change Management. I hope we were able to show you in a fun way how we do our utmost best to shape this track into something that students actually benefit from for the rest of their careers. Thank you for watching us, and I hope to see all of you next year in the track Leadership and Change Management.